Hello and welcome to another episode of Artistic Workout. My name is Bartosz Milewski. I have a doctorate degree from Fine Arts Academy in Kraków in painting, as well as a master's degree from that same school and a BFA from Cornish College of the Arts in painting and videography. I paint, I draw about 1,000 sketches a year. I teach and I lecture at the Vistula University in Warsaw, Poland. In today's episode, I will do something that I was asked about. How to draw a hand. That is a complex issue because hands change. So we will make an introduction to that very topic, starting from how to draw a single finger, how to operate with line drawing, contour drawing, constructive drawing, and then what are the basic proportions of any given hand, more or less. If you haven't done it yet, perhaps it's a good time to subscribe, leave a comment, share, give it a like. And let's go! I remember it has been said that hands are a difficult thing to draw. I wonder if I ever understood why. Hands and feet. I always thought that perhaps the face was the most difficult. But then, as a student, was I a master in drawing hands? Perhaps not. I noticed that there are a few things that make the hand drawing less than satisfactory for a student or a hobbyist in drawing. And, believe it or not, the detail is perhaps what causes more trouble than the proportion. So, there are a few things to remember when drawing hands. To avoid having the sausage fingers that look like sausages, although I'm slightly uncomfortable with this analogy because I don't eat meat. But I guess I know what a sausage looks like. A oversimplified finger or thumb will look like a sausage because it is missing these all-important elements here, like knuckles being round, these shapes underneath, the soft, round, and also these lines here. These lines are part of a form, so they have to be included in the drawing because this is an actual shape. It's not a discoloration, it's the pigment. It's none of that. It's an actual part of the form. It's very narrow, but it's there. Last but not least, the tip. Notice how the nail is going in this direction. Yeah, like in the animals, like claws, something like that. Yes, I'm repeating everything, I'm speaking slowly, contrary to some expectation of the Generation Z, perhaps. But Generation X would say that my speaking is too fast. So again, knuckles being round, these pillows or cushions, these lines being a part of the form and the tip of the finger. Shall we start with the finger? I would like to talk about two approaches. First one, I can do it as a sort of an exercise, okay? Because as I said many times before, your mistakes come from drawing from your imagination instead of looking at the actual thing. And when I have beginner students, they rebel against this notion. Well, why should I not be looking as much at the paper? And I have to patiently say, try. And more often than not, they come to the same conclusion. Oh, that's actually not that bad. Okay, so the exercise is, but you say I'm trying not to look at the paper. How should I do it? Okay, I'm even closing one eye, so I don't see it. I'm looking with my left eye, which is not that important. And what I do, I try to make a contour drawing, line drawing. Line drawing means your hand goes in one direction, doesn't go back and forth. Yeah, will it be slightly out of proportion? Perhaps, but this is an exercise for you. Try it. Be very focused on the detail. And all the changes that are there in the contour, you want to copy that precisely. See, I don't see what I'm doing, which is fine. Okay, here I wasn't that precise. I'm probably running out of, I don't know, I'm changing proportions here. Yeah, not bad. No. Actually, I didn't do that badly. Okay, so that's an exercise. I will try to do it again with my thumb, maybe with another finger. Okay, I'm looking at the finger. And I can be a bit faster this time. Okay, see? Now, that was without looking. What can be done differently here, though, is you can diversify the width of your line, the thickness of your line. Because the rule is if the light hits something on this side, you can make this line thinner and the line that has the shadow underneath thicker. Similar thing goes for hard tissue here. I'm knocking at it. Knock, knock. Who's there? It's Bartosz, your favorite lecturer. And this is soft tissue here. So, you know, okay, okay, still not looking, okay, not looking. I can do it without looking. And this time I'm, okay. And here I would like to look. Actually, okay. I'm going, yeah, okay, so this wasn't that good. I was too fast. I lost, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, once again. And here, no, I cannot do it without looking, because now I cannot really do a contour drawing anymore, can I? So, a line drawing. I mean, I cannot do the line drawing because I have to go back and forth with a pencil. So call it sketching or something like that. Yeah. The rule is, if you make these lines softer and wider, you have something like light and shadow without value, Okay, so you look at it and you have the idea of like light hitting the surface here and this being in the shadow. Okay, now fine detail here. And this part is perhaps crucial. So, you know, if you go into sketching, which you can do like that, okay, you can look for the form and shape like that, you know, making a fuzzy line like that. But it's too fuzzy, it becomes a problem, and sometimes you need to have this precise control, and especially there's a tip of something, tip of a form, you know, you need to have that definition. So your line drawing, which you should practice a lot, and it's underestimated, I think. It should be practiced, you know. Okay, going beyond that, see, line drawing would be something like that. Continuous line. Your brain will actually receive some shocks. You would like to go back and forth. Restrain from doing that when practicing line drawing. Okay. I can get pretty precise. Even though I'm not focused, I'm talking to you, blah, 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 what's not. But when you practice, miracles happen, you know. And since I practice about 1,000 sketches a year, something changed in my drawing ability. And it's not talent, because talent doesn't exist, it's just practice. If you're afraid of practicing, if you want to practice, first practice in very small quantities, so you don't get into the panic mode. And then slightly increase it, like, you know, start with 10 minutes a day, whatever, 15. Then you will start increasing it, because your reward system will activate. Okay, so one way to draw a finger is like that, contour drawing. Another is to construct, and I would say you should combine probably both. Okay, see, constructive drawing, excuse me, is breaking everything into basic shapes. A ball, a sphere, a cylinder, a cone. So it's not only that, okay, let me take, this was 4B, 2B is better, a little bit harder. Not only you break everything into simplified forms, but you actually start from an axis. You build everything on a set of axi is the plural of axis, and the way I was taught, and it made my fingers appear to be like fingers, and my faces that I drawn appear like faces, and my bodies appear like bodies, is to break everything into these, look for these forms, look for them, and make them appear a little bit stronger. So to say, exaggerate them a little bit, you know. So okay, I have this constructive drawing. I have to go through the stage of simplified form, and then, you know, and then I will get into detail. But I'm looking for these forms and shadows in European drawing, especially. You know, we have value drawing, but okay, softer pencil for softness. Value is used strategically, so to speak. I mean, not all the shadows are as important as the others. These are very important here. Yeah, for example, they, so to speak, make the form. They are used to build it. Okay, and here, and the tip, Okay, so I can throw in some shadow here. Precise shading, I mean orderly, no. So part of it is just, you know, if you make lines like that are nicer and make a better drawing than just, I don't know, okay, inconsistent, whatever, stronger, very even, and so on. And you can also use lines that go around the form. They help the perception. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, so I'm here, you know, I'm drawing the finger, and drawing the finger, and drawing the finger. And I'm becoming obsessed a little bit, you know. Enough of the finger. We're showing a finger to the finger. Woo! Now the proportions of the hand. Fingers, the longest of the fingers here is roughly the same length as the palm. The rest of the hand. Okay, this is the palm of the hand. See? Okay. Now, interesting thing. Ladies have, usually women have, these fingers are even or something like that, and in a male, this one is usually longer because of testosterone. Check it out for yourselves. Oh, okay. And how about this? This to this also. The width, and width being kind of like twice the height of the hand. So we can start with a simple drawing. So I'm taking a 2B pencil. Could even also take an HB. So I'm going towards a little bit harder, which will make a faint, more faint, delicate drawing. Oh, I hope I'm in focus. Okay. Oh, okay, I can divide it, you know, like that. So I have these two squares. Yeah, drawing for YouTube, you know, like, okay, where is it? Here. I'm in my frame, I hope. Okay, so I'm using this as my measuring device. Why not? Okay. So I know this will be the hand. Okay. And I can do that, just divide it into two. Notice how it is always easier if you start from the middle of a shape, going back, not from the outside, like, you know, let's say, okay, this is the middle. Well, this finger, it would be a bit wider, I guess, so it can go like that. And what happened here? And I'm like, see, I noticed something's off. Okay, so I'm measuring it again. So this relation of this and this is the same. So this should be actually narrower. Okay, I can make it narrower. Because practice your. If you practice looking at something, you will see all these, like how, I don't know. You have a theory and then practice. In practice, you can see that something is off and your theory is off and you're just correcting it on the fly, on the move. So I always repeat, drawing is not one skill, it's a set of skills. It's a set of skills, and students can witness it because I can sometimes make a correction in their drawing, like looking from a few meters away, and I'm like, no, this is off. I don't know what's off. Something is either too wide here or too narrow here. And I know that the proportion is wrong. I don't know which one is longer, which one is shorter, but I know, I can see that the proportion is off. Okay. Yeah, it's like, you know, it's kind of, to tell you the truth. Okay, what am I doing now? Well, I can divide it into, I can see like where is the half of the finger. Let's say half. Okay, half is, so if this is half, then I can see that this part here is below and this one is here. So these parts, if you look at the finger from this side, it's obvious to me, but I'm old. But it's not obvious for people who are doing it for the first time or don't have much practice. Like these segments of the finger, if you look at it from the side, they are actually even, quite even. But if you look from the top, not necessarily. Like this one is visibly shorter than this, let's say. Yeah, but if you look from the side, I mean, we can measure with a pencil tip of the finger. Same, huh? Same. So these segments are similar. Yeah, so I'm kind of bored with this. But I'm not. I mean, it's, actually, so I've been taking these drumming lessons. I had like 6 perhaps, and I feel like you. I feel like a student. I have to do simple things. But these musicians, my teachers, they're just wonderful, very knowledgeable, successful yet famous, yes, but successful and even famous musicians, but they're very humble, they're very open, and it's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, wow, a dream come true. You don't have to be arrogant to be somebody. On the contrary. Okay, so I talked to them. Well, actually, when you teach, well, first of all, when you learn things like drumming, you become humble, because it's all of a sudden you're like a teenager. But okay, so I'm trying a bit of a construction, right? Okay, aligning. Let's see. So, yeah. On the other hand, okay, so this goes like here, aligned with this one. So align here. On the other hand, when you teach things, you learn also, if you use it in the right way. I mean, you have to go back to your knowledge that you once acquired and maybe forgot a little bit. You may still be practicing going back to your books, literally or figuratively. Okay, so I'm making these measurements, see? Okay. So the way you draw or the way you play, whatever, can really improve when you're a teacher. How many exercises like that would I make if I wasn't showing it to you right now? I would draw hands, but maybe, I don't know, like sketching them, drawing full figure people, half figure, with some, with hands being somewhere there, but actually making sort of a study of a hand like that. Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't, and a lot of artists don't do it. They just have to, they're into painting or whatever. They don't do that many basics. And goes for painters, for example. But if they teach, like what I'm doing, then maybe they would. So I've used, in the right way, a mixture of practice, being self-aware, knowing that you have some knowledge and skill, but at the same time you're still being humble, because it's a humbling experience. What I'm doing right now also. When I paint, I paint a painting for a long time. What happens is, at the same time, I'm somebody who sees his skill and knowledge, and also feels like there are so many questions, so many ways to do a thing, so many, so maybe I was doing something wrong for like 20 years, maybe it should be done differently. So ow, okay, 7%, the camera here, 7%, and there maybe more. Okay, yeah, 6%, oh my god. Yeah, so, and I still don't have it here. Yeah, refining it will make me like, I don't know, use hours and hours. So, and I guess you're getting there. Is this online tutorial same as me teaching you in person or in class? No, because I would approach you and show you, do this differently, and do this differently. I wouldn't be drawing, but I would be working on your drawing. And I would work on your habits, your good habits and your bad habits. And this way you would learn. Other thing, you would learn from other students as well. So you learn from your teacher and other students. And you would also be looking at things like that, like this tutorial. Okay. Is that like enough? Okay. Okay, maybe I should. How much time? 37 minutes. Okay. Probably one of the batteries is almost out. I've been doing this for 31 minutes, 7 minutes. I think this would make the enough, like the episode, good enough. I mean, not good enough, but hand can be this. So what I'm saying is it actually should be, so one battery is dead. What I'm saying, it's like a sketch. That's what it looks like. How did you like the episode? Please leave the answer in your comments. And how about making a series of how to draw hands? Let me know. And once again, hit that like button. Subscribe, maybe. Share. And I will see you next time. Thanks again. Bye bye.